if you need to ask for a raise or you want to move up in a position, whatever it is, there is this thought that if you are being honest, then you're hurting yourself. Somehow if you're honest, you're degrading your self-worth in some way. That's just not true. You need to be able to talk with them about it. What I like to do, really in any sensitive conversation, is what I describe as priming the room. And so I really prime the conversation, but I'll do it like this. So I'll say, let's say you and I are sitting down. Let's say you're the employer, I'm the employee, and I sit down and I'd say, I want to make sure before I talk with you, I just want to make sure, Ken, that this is a room that I can be vulnerable in. This is a room where I can be transparent. You see, I'm talking about the room. I'm not talking about you. Very different. It's the same thing. I'm just talking about the room.
Yeah.
This is a room. I want to make sure that I'm in a place that we can speak openly and honestly. What I'm really saying is I want to make sure I can be honest with you.
Right.
But I'm talking about the room.
But what's the dynamic there by not saying them? I want to make sure that
you're detaching it, not making it as personal.
Okay.
Instead of saying, I want to make sure that I can be truthful with you. Right. You see how all of a sudden it says, I don't feel like you're trustworthy? Yeah.
And does that drop their defenses?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Or I can say another way to prime the conversation is, I want to talk to you about this because I know you value honesty. I tell them the value you want them to have. Ken, I'm coming to you this because I know you always encourage transparency. Now that needs to be true. You know,
right.
If they're a bad boss and they don't, then that's deception in a way. But if there's a value that they know that they value, hey, I'm coming to you with this because I know you're open-minded. You know what you're going to think? I am open-minded. Well, yes, I am transparent. I am honest. Yes, I am.
They just develop those characteristics immediately.
Exactly. All of a sudden, they love to live up to that value.
That's brilliant.
And so whenever you can prime that conversation, you're going to put yourself in a much better position. Another way to detach it, let's go more into this, the raise or you want to move up, is you still detach it. So instead of, I'm wanting to know from you what I can do about when you're putting it personal for them, then it becomes a personal response. They don't put it as a filter of the company or the organization. So here's an example. If you came to me and you just did a presentation, and I had said your presentation could use some work, or I say you could use some, you could do a lot better at this area. Well, then it feels very personal. Now you're going to get defensive because I just criticized you. But if I said the presentation could benefit from some clarity rather than you could be clearer, there's a difference. When you can detach the you to your presentation, same concept. So it would be, I'm wanting to know here at the company, here at the organization, what options are available for me to have a higher salary or work my way up. And you want to do it in terms of my career, my experience. When you can use the word career, that's reminding who you're talking to is I don't have to be here and I don't have to stay here. I have a trajectory that's personal to me that is separate from you. And the people that value you for where you're wanting to go will understand that, and they want you to keep your career here. So if you can detach from the you language and say things of, I'm looking for what kind of opportunities are here at this company, here at this organization, rather than what you have available, what you can do. Can you pay me more?
Right. By the way, I want to interject. That's brilliant because a lot of leaders don't have the authority to do the thing that you're wanting anyway.
Never. Rarely.
Rarely. And so they're going to have to take that up. And I love that advice because that actually makes them a bit more of an advocate for you.
Yes.
As opposed to if you do what you said not to do and it's all this you stuff, they know they're limited.
Yes.
So therefore they're going to shut it down because they don't want to seem limited.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's the key. This is probably the number one thing is you ask them what they would do.
Yeah.
Because most
brilliant.
likely they've already been in your position.
That's right.
I'm curious, what would you do if you were wanting to earn a higher salary here?
Love that.
And oh my goodness, it's
because
like
everybody's favorite thing besides their name is their opinion.
Absolutely. And they love talking about themselves.
Yeah.
And so, if I were you, I would do.
That's good.
And then they want to, or you can use it as a storytelling experience. How did you get to your position? How did you what were some things that I can learn? It's the whole have something to learn, have something to prove. Become the student. Let them be the teacher in that conversation. And all of a sudden, they'll give you the roadmap for exactly how to do it.
Wow.
But you can't expect that I want a higher salary and you only have one conversation. You're going to walk out of there with a higher salary.
Yeah, that's right.
You have to plant some seeds before you get that that harvest.
That's brilliant too, because if we look at it that way, then that conversation isn't so supercharged.
Exactly, and they already know what to expect because like just what you said, which is a great point. That leaders that most often don't have that ability.
That's correct.
Even if they are in charge. Say, okay, I got to look at the finances. I got to look at the books. What can we afford? Do we have room for this? Can we do this? It's not just an immediate yes, because what they'll do is they'll resent you for putting them in that position.
100%.
Yeah. Oh, now you're threatening me. Now now you're giving me no choice.
You made me look powerless.
Exactly.
Because a lot of times they're hanging on to power.
Yeah, and they're not going to like that because they feel like you put them in a trap. You left them with no position. It's either you walk out the door or you need more money. Instead of having, I need to plant a seed right now, and I'm looking at just expanding my career and what opportunities there are here at this company. What would you do if in the next 6 months you're looking at increasing your salary? I mean, and they're going to give you that roadmap and be very clear. Is there a path there or not?
Yeah.